But bro, mainstream media ran for 3.5 years that Trump, Russia, all that stuff. I'm not saying you. I'm saying mainstream media ran against them 3.5 years every day. This guy thought Russia got him elected. I mean, people that we know, smart guys.
But brother, mainstream media hates progressives. They've destroyed our movement.
I'm not.
Am I saying, we won the election?
But I said to you, I said not you. I said not you. I said mainstream media.
But my point is, Pat, you got to play the playing field. That's true for me. That's true for Trump.
Sure.
Right. So yes, mainstream media hates him. Yes, they did propaganda against him for 3.5 years. But that's the playing field, right?
Totally get it. No, it's totally fine. They have the edge. Listen, Republicans, if they want to have that, go buy some media companies and compete directly.
Yeah.
Musk is buying Twitter. Great. Go at it. Play your game if you're going to do what you're going to do.
Murdoch influences elections more than anyone else.
Murdoch is right now more at a whole different place. He's not a Team Trump guy. You know that, bro. He's not. But where I was going to this, the following. Okay. So the part for me that got confusing was the following. Okay. Do you remember during COVID, I had a lady named Judy Mikovits on who used to work with Fauci in 1980s with the AIDS thing. Oh, my God. It was like, boom, 2 million views taken down. Short clip, strike. What? Okay, let's interview this other guy. Boom, strike. Okay, all right. Boom, strike. They took like 40 of our videos down during COVID. And we kept doing the interviews, and we were not like, wow, this is 5G. Remember the whole 5G thing? Like, that fizzled out very quickly. Everybody thought it was a 5G. But there was a community that was like, well, this is what's going on. Here's what they're doing. This is what they're doing. Okay, cool. You know, we're like, all right, let's kind of take a look at to see what's going on. Election claims. Yeah, this is what they did, the drop and okay. Yeah, election fraud has been going on for a long time. Okay, this ain't anything new. It was something known for Democrats that would do a lot with John F. Kennedy, Dewey, all this stuff, and it's been going on for many, many years. Great. Okay, they're doing that. But if you put up any clips disputing it, guess what? You were getting strikes, and they were taking those videos down. Then 2-3 months ago, YouTube comes out and saying, moving forward, we're no longer taking those videos down. They can stay up, okay? Why would YouTube do that? Why would YouTube not allow it for 2.5 years and all of a sudden YouTube, can you pull up that clip when YouTube changed their guidelines on election claim or whatever? Like, no, moving forward, we're not going to take it down and we're changing our guidelines for it. So I'm not saying one or the other, but did YouTube behind closed doors, are they worried about a Twitter files coming out? Are they worried about, YouTube changes policy to allow false claims about past U.S. presidential elections. YouTube will stop removing content that falsely claims the 2020 election or other past U.S. presidential elections.
Well. Let us know what you think, CENK the Jank. What do you think all of a sudden YouTube is allowing this? They changed the policy now to allow what they say, false claims, not your opinions about past U.S. presidential elections, but they're going to allow false claims. They're going to stop removing content that falsely claims the 2020 election or other past presidential elections were marred by widespread fraud, errors, or glitches. That's what they announced Friday. But if you happen to do this in the aftermath of the 2020 election, in 2020, 2021, 2022, or up until 2023 now, guess what? Strike one, you're down for a week. Strike two, 2 weeks. Strike three, you're out of there. 6 months, or whatever it was. If you put anything up there that was against what the norm was or what the government spokespeople and the spokespersons were saying about COVID-19, if you said anything about masks or if you said anything about the Wuhan virus that wasn't, right down the kosher line with the government, your videos got taken down and you were given a strike and you were basically thrown off the platform if you repeatedly did that. Now, all of a sudden, they decide to allow this. You know why? I think it's because, the elections are over now. And they're just sort of decided that, it's gone on for 3 years almost. That's pretty much it. I'm shocked, though, because coming into the election season now in 2024, basically, all right, almost less than a year away? And all of a sudden now, they've decided to do this? I'm just shocked at YouTube's change in policy. But they probably figured, like I said, time's gone by. Maybe they don't fear it anymore. But oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Anyways, folks, we welcome you one and all. Welcome everybody here. I'm Dr. Nasser, the host of the Dr. Nasser Shake Show. And I give you my political perspective, my political prescription as to what's going on in the world of politics and anything else. And that's what we have on tap today. It is, I believe, another video clip of Patrick Bet-David on his podcast interviewing CENK the Cenk from the Young Turks, talking about President Trump, elections, and everything else. CENK, and with the Young Jerks, which I affectionately call the Young Jerks. Who are the Young Turks? Let's get more to the video, PBD, and CENK the Cenk.
Fraud, errors, or glitches, the platform announced Friday. This is what, AP News? Less than 2 months ago. It's exactly 2 months ago, it was when they put it up. Why would they do that?
I have a good theory.
I'm curious. I want to hear your theory why they would do that.
Yeah, because now every Republican believes it. Let's say like 8 out of 10 Republicans believe it. So what are they going to do, ban every Republican? So I think they got to a point where they're like, we give up. Every right-winger believes this nonsense that's totally made up. So we can't ban all the right-wingers, so we just got to let them say it.
How much of it is, well, these guys on Rumble are kind of picking up some steam.
Not really. Rumble sucks. It's got no steam at all. Steven Crowder's career is dead. Everybody who's on Rumble's dead.
Steven Crowder's career is dead.
Of course. He went to Rumble. 3 people watched there. That's a terrible mistake. He should have taken the Daily Wire deal. I forget politics, right? Daily Wire offers him $50 million. He could have stayed on YouTube. He would have been relevant and had more money. It was a disastrous decision by him. Look, I'm happy to be wrong. If it turns out Rumble does great going forward, I'll come back and say I was wrong. But I'm telling you,
top
anybody
guys
who's on
Rumble right now. Obviously, Fresh and Fit is on there. Sneako's on there. Not that they're in the political.
You'll find 2 or 3 people who are getting views, but on YouTube, the whole world is getting views.
Right.
YouTube has taken over the planet, and that's part of why they're doing this, because they're like, what are we going to do? Not allow any right-wingers on YouTube? But if you guys say they're a little worried about competition, fair, no problem. I'm sure they could consider that their business.
So we got 2 theories so far. Your theory is 8 out of 10 Republicans believe the election was fraud, so that's like, hey, let's not lose a Republican. Republicans buy shoes as well. That's kind of like your angle, what you're taking. You're saying Rumble's giving them competition. Maybe that's it. Maybe let's add Twitter in it, because Twitter's eventually going to be doing videos. So I think actually Twitter's a bigger fear to YouTube than Rumble is.
Probably.
No matter how much they trash Twitter, I think Twitter's going to eventually figure that. I don't think Elon's a guy that gives up easily.
It's called X now. Let's have a little respect.
I don't know how to say. I'm going to X. Go read my X. I just exceeded something. It's kind of weird, right? So, but we'll adjust to it. Yeah, we'll adjust to it. But to me, that was kind of weird when they did that. And my other theory was maybe, the whole, like I said earlier, Twitter files information came out. How many people on the Fauci side were, embarrassed on what's going on? Even Rand Paul came out here and announces official criminal referral. Fauci COVID is a lie. Page 11. I'll read this story here, Rob, if you want to pull it up. Senator Rand Paul made an official criminal referral to the Department of Justice accusing Dr. Anthony.
Folks, this is all in good. I mean, here it is. Senator Rand Paul made an official criminal referral. I mean, this has absolutely no teeth. I mean, it's all well and good that we have House hearings. We've got Senate hearings. We've got people like Rand Paul and Ted Cruz, Marsha Blackburn. We've got people like Josh Hawley. It's all well and good that we have these senators and congressmen that are out there, and they put people on the hot seat for a couple of hours or a couple of days, and they ask them questions. They make them squirm a little bit maybe, but in the long run, is a subpoena from the does that scare anybody? Does this scare these people? They know nothing's going to happen. They can lie. They can perjure themselves. Nothing happens. Nobody goes to jail. No one's taken to task. No criminal charges. Nothing's going to happen. They know there's no accountability whatsoever for anybody that it does. There's no cover. You know what? You cover your ass. Basically, you don't even need to cover it. Just show it out in the open. I mean, literally. You tell me, when's anybody ever gone to jail for anything that they've done wrong? When they've skirted the law in Congress or they skirted the law in government in Washington, D.C. I mean, very, very few. We're hearing this thing with Menendez because he had what, like $1 billion stuffed in his freezer, gold bars and everything. And even then, the first time when something like this happened, he got off. So the problem is that it's all bark, no bite. Nobody goes, there's no accountability, nothing. So with all this thing happening with, YouTube, if they found something, there was some collusion or something was going on with Fossey, or the government said, hey, you know what? Shut those YouTube videos down. We don't want any dissenting voices. That if that comes out, emails going back and forth, it'll be a story for a while like it was for the Twitter files. Did anything really happen? Anything happen to those people from Twitter? They were shaking in their boots for maybe 24, 48 hours, but after it passed, it was probably just like, gas. Farts in the wind. Nothing happened. A little bit of a smell for a while. But in the end, got cleared up. And then, you know what? On with life. No accountability for anything.
Anthony Fauci, or perjury during this testimony about COVID-19 and funding gain-of-function research in China's Wuhan lab. Paul called for an investigation into Fauci's knowledge of dangerous virus research. Fauci faced criticism after released emails revealed he knew about gain-of-function research in Wuhan lab. Despite denying it during previous testimony, the Government Accountability Office confirmed Wuhan Institute of Virology and Wuhan University received NIH funding for coronavirus research. The debate over COVID-19 origin continues, with some officials suspecting a lab leak theory due to the Wuhan lab's location and research history, while others support a natural spillover event from animals. So are they afraid that maybe a YouTube files is going to come out and they're going to show behind closed doors communication with Fauci about not allowing those types of videos to be shown? I don't know. Are YouTube files going to come out, emails saying, hey, you can't let them show these clips about, what they're doing with the election and what happened to it, and those videos with this mules and all this stuff. You can't let those guys got to be taken down. This is creating too much momentum. Maybe. Could it be that they were afraid for maybe additional stuff to come out with communication with Biden? I don't know. Like, I remember when they changed. One of my favorite things about YouTube, I don't know if you like this or not, I loved it, when you could give a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah.
I love the thumbs down thing, because I'm like, we would do a video, I'm like, damn, I thought this was a good video. They hated this video. The ratios was so bad with thumbs down to thumbs up. Biden's videos, I don't know if you remember this, okay? Dude, when he was campaigning, it was like 28,000 likes, 600,000 dislikes.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like every video's like
it was bad.
to dislike ratio was astronomical. It got so bad, and out of nowhere during election, they said, due to mental and anxiety for kids, we're going to get rid of thumbs down.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I call bullshit.
Feelings over
Bullshit.
So, some of this stuff maybe for me, where YouTube is sitting there saying Twitter's becoming real competition. The last thing we want is the government to start investigating some of our emails on what we did, and what if this stuff leaks?
Yeah,
that could be a theory.
And check, if we're going to talk about cheating, the FBI working with the White House, or just do to censor stories and don't put out, how many was it? 80% of voters or 75 were like, if we knew about the Hunter Biden laptop and what Biden, everything that's coming out right now, we wouldn't have voted for him. If we're going to talk about interference and cheating, the guy that's sitting in right now, and I know you're not a fan. Nope, I don't think anybody at this point is, but that is hands down cheating with the Department of Justice, and now it's like nobody really cares. But
look, you can make the same argument for if James Comey hadn't come out with the Anthony Weiner laptop,
God,
Hillary Clinton was, right?
unbelievable.
And so did they rig the election in favor of Donald Trump the first time around? So there's a ton of factors that go into an election. In terms of YouTube, I think they mainly took it away for like political correctness / mental health reasons, et cetera. But I don't mean it for Biden. I mean it like kids these days are very upset if anyone does a thumbs down.
Who cares?
Right?
They need.
Who cares about the children, the kids? We're worried about the kids and the children. Worried about those kids are going to be so upset about watching these videos. I mean, Biden's got all these dislikes. It's just going to hurt the children. We got to worry about the kids. Oh my God, CENK the Jenk's heart's going out to the children of the world, because there's a thumb that's going down, and that's going to put these kids into a freaking tizzy. Unbelievable. These social justice warrior children right now, the millennials, they're freaking snowflakes. They melt at anything. A thumb up, a thumb down. Oh, you know what? Their mental health is going to be affected.
No, because they care about kids, because that's a huge, huge part of their audience. But in terms of Biden, of course he gets 600,000 dislikes. Why? Two reasons. Number one, he's a fake politician, and people don't like fake politicians on YouTube. And number two, because the Republican troll army is gigantic. They like the Democratic trolls barely exist, although now on the radical left there's some, right? But the right wing is all trolls, so they're of course but those are, look, Pat, I know YouTube, and it's a giant business. Those are minuscule concerns for them.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch,
there were those final words by CENK the Jenk saying that the reason why that was happening, all those dislikes, is because the Republican troll armies are all trolls. But there's just a few on the Democratic side. It's not that many. It's like maybe like 3 or 4 trolls in the whole world. They're on the Democratic side. But every Republican's a troll. You know, that's a problem. And like you said, you know, we're doing it for the kids, because we don't want to harm the children. We don't want to harm the kids. We don't want to make them upset. That's why they removed the thumbs up, thumbs down. Unbelievable. Anyways, folks, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasser Shake Show. I've been your host, Dr. Nasser. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel, like, share, and follow us. Let us know in the comments. Check out our links to other videos above and below. Leave with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.